This a Chrome Star track. Pretty boy D on the beat.
How you feel? Fired up. How you feel? Fired up. All my real niggas in the club, man. How you feel? You see how niggas spark your motherfucking lighters if you the hottest nigga in this bitch. How you feel? Fired up. Yeah. How you feel? Fired up.
You see how I be grinding? You see respect I'm getting. My success should be a laxative the way it got you shitting. Bitch, I know that you ain't on my level. And you know that you ain't climbing to it ever. I come prepared and you see I'm lacking and you just like bitches. You get scared when I see I'm begging. The ones that don't understand, see I'm spells come. Now go back a couple bars, maybe you understand it some. Would you let nigga burn? Wanna see the fire for back before I cock back. I'm hotter than a pot, 8-0, gotta think fast, that's potato. 8-0, I stack like Lego, full like Play-Doh. 4 real pesos, not no Play-Doh. I'm hot like fire, when you gon' learn? You can't ask me, let me burn. That nigga on fire, let him burn. Let him burn. If that nigga on fire, let him burn. Let him burn. He don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn. He don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn. I'm on fire, let me burn. Fire, let me burn. I don't need no water, won't you let a nigga burn? I'm on fire, let me burn. Fire, let me burn. I don't need no water, won't you let a nigga burn?
You know I'm hot. Gotta make it to the top. Do what I gotta do, move who I gotta move to get that top spot. There's no one that say I'm ran. The Negro saying fuck me. Is it because I'm ran? But get this fucking money. And he ain't got no fucking legs, so he talking down. So I just DJ on his bitch and make her walk it out. Ain't that the nerve of some up and coming underdog? Who got 3 hits up on the radio? None of y'all. You know I'm a pimper from that north side of Charleston. Stepping on my J's and get that ass knocked off. And you know we the hottest cause we got this bitch in flames. This Hollywood and Troy. Let's go. Be the game. What's
That
up?
nigga on fire, let him burn. Let him burn. If that nigga on fire, let him burn. Let him burn. He don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn. He don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn. I'm on fire, let me burn. Fire, let me burn. I don't need no water, won't you let a nigga burn? I'm on fire, let me burn. Fire, let me burn. I don't need no water, won't you let a nigga burn?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Lord Rick, of the AngelOfThyNight radio show. And I am posting this broadcast, actually this podcast tonight, because for the fans, I'd like you to know that our radio show has been shut down due to false accusations stating that I was in Jason EAJ Man's Autopsy Live chat room, bombing his chat room supposedly. And the rumor, I guess, that's going around is that someone was using a false proxy. They couldn't trace the IP and numbers, so they ended up pinpointing it on me. And honestly, I don't use a false proxy. Anybody can look up my IP address, and it does go back to Cox Cable up here in Las Vegas. And it's just, you know, in my opinion, it's just another act of hate. It's just another vindictive attack by this EAJ man. And for those that are listening out there, I guess it's about time I fill you in on the truth. I mean, I do this time and time again, but, you know, you really, to hear it by voice is certainly a lot better than to read about it on theatrical clowns or anything of that sort. So I guess basically we'll start off with in the last 3 weeks, or actually I should say since 2005, but in the recent last few weeks, Jason has threatened to kick my ass. He's called my site host. He's reported me to American Online, who is not my internet service provider. He has called the state police on me, the Las Vegas police on me. CPS has been called a couple times. And these are personal attacks against my family, against, obviously, me, this show, the host of Angel of Thy Night Radio. I don't think that Now Live should be a service where its radio show hosts are condemned for hosting a comedy show. And this Jason has taken clips from my show and rearranged them using Acid Pro to make it seem and say things that I have never said before. And it's really unfortunate because back in the day, a lot of radio show hosts, they'd clown around on each other and they'd make wise remarks because it boosts the ratings. Things like Rick, or, begging the police to arrest me, discussions about my kids, and, they did delete most of the material, but they're back at posting new material, which definitely is very vindictive, and a part of that product of such revenge and being vindictive is that our radio show has been banned. I am working on getting us unbanned because we have not violated TOS. I tried to explain to others that Sunday night I was not in EAJ Man's chat room or radio show, that in fact I was playing John Madden 2008 with my 12-year-old son. And of course, he's just, right away as soon as I was banned, he was posting how many shows I've been banned from. And the funny thing is, I do not listen to many shows on Now Live because unfortunately, I just don't get the time being a father, looking for a girlfriend, caretaking the house here, running multiple forums, multiple websites. It gets so tedious. You don't have time for recreational fun. I would listen to all the shows on Now Live if I could. And, unfortunately, at this point, I'm at a loss. There's an old saying that behind every successful person is a pack of haters. And I used to laugh at that years ago because years ago when we first started off, we were small. We didn't have a lot of people who knew who we were. And then for a couple of years, I was shining. I had media contacting me, TV producers and things. And then some guy comes along like this, and, he's trying to ruin our business. And he tried to have us eradicated, our entire paranormal site deleted, which contains the 9/11 Memorial, Robert Carr Memorial, a lot of abandonments that no longer stand that we post photos of, a lot of history, a lot of educational material, a lot of services, and nothing of its nature has anything to do with Lord Rick or Angel of Thy Night Radio. But this is a guy that has called my host repeated times, including when I was homeless or looking for a home in California, when I was not able to tend to my website. This is a guy that's been threatening for me to go to Stickum or to get rid of my show for the last 6 to 8 months. He's very jealous. He's all about the ratings. He has told me before that he would like to make money off of me by doing what he calls lulls or pranks, and it's not benefiting anybody. As far as members of the Brew Crew Network and the BCN, I have nothing against you. This man has made it seem like I'm a monster, that I am after you, that I am after J-Man's friends. That is not the case. J-Man made a hate site along with Thomas, along with Cynthia, along with Roadwolf. These people have been bothering me for quite some time. I can prove that they are in the wrong. That is why Theatrical Clowns, about 80% of it, exists, to prove that the rumors you're hearing are not true. I sit here and I think to myself, it's just totally ridiculous in the long run, because you try to do a free service, you try to do the right thing, you sit down and you're like, yo, I run a radio show, nobody pays me for these comedy skits. You do these comedy skits, who's going to pay you, People are just going to clap their hands and they're going to laugh, and And we do it for our fans, and to have our show canceled because of something we didn't do is what really ticks me off. We live in a free country, and every time someone goes in J-Man's room and confronts him or posts Theatrical Clowns link, which I seen about 2 weeks ago when I was listening to him slandering me, I was watching from guest view, and I just could not believe that this guy would go on his show and say, Lord Rick has not worked 11 years, and he's ruined my family, and he's stalking me, and he's doing this and that. And it's like, we've told you to go away, we've blocked you off our show, we've blocked your email address, and you go on a hate site, and when you talk about some guy's kid, you post his personal ads, you sit there and you make abusive mental remarks. You know, like, go fuck yourself, and you're a fucking lousy father, and you're worried about my finances, my vices, and you've gotten so personal. And the world's going to know the type of man that you are. And as far as the BCN goes, if you do not want to be part of the BCN, you can contact me at LordOfThyNight@AOL.com. I do not run a Lord Rick network or an Angel of Thy Night network. I'm not looking to collect a bunch of shows. However, if you don't want to be a part of it, I will make you a new banner for your page without the BCN logo, and you can be a free original radio show without any ties to J-Man controlling you or censoring you or telling you what to do. I can help you. I don't want anything in return. I've announced it publicly on Theatrical Clowns. If you do not want to be part of this guy's drama, contact me. I will do you up better posters or better banners for your show than what you have now. I will make you an original banner, not something where, you know, you have the BCN logo on there. I think every radio show should be freestanding. You know, you don't have the Howard Stern Network. I mean, come on. You know, and I'm not mocking anybody out. It's your choice. You can do what you want to do. But the only reason why a guy like J-Man creates drama is because he feels it boosts his ratings. It boosts his show. He feels he's going to get rich off of this. And he's trying to gather more radio shows, more people for his Gutenberg site, so that people stand up or gather against me. And that's the truth. And he's called our host, he's called the cops, because he doesn't want the information on Theatrical Clowns out, because it does reveal some lies and some truthful things about this person. And he cannot sue me for libel because it's a comedy and entertainment site. It does not defame his work ethics. It does not post his home address. We're not attacking him. But as a press site, we can confront him. We can confront him on his show. We're not sending or streaming any illegal porn or calling CPS, which he has no kids, but we're not doing attacks. We're not taking him to court. You know, this is a guy that's been harassing me since 2005, and you look at him, it's like, the guy's got no photos, he's got no content, nobody really knows who he is. I know who he is, but, you know, you look at a guy like me, I've been around much longer than he has. I've been around since 2001, if not before doing this, running a site, and you know, I know the whole game of running forums and dealing with people, and sometimes you come across somebody in your field and they just won't leave you alone, and them having our show shut down, I got news for you fans out there. You know, he's ruining it for you. Think about it. He's ruining your bear time and your time to toke up and smoke up and hang with the good Lord. He's ruining it for you, not me. Just like trying to get our website canceled. And the only way he can ever get our website canceled, he'd have to take me to court and a judge would have to order it. And, you know, I'm sorry, but if you want to take me to court, go ahead. But your attacks are just getting lame, man. It's like a wounded animal. Just go for the kids. Go for the guy's divorce. Go for his show that people enjoy. You know, we have so many widgets that are out there, we could get anywhere from 9,000 to fucking 50,000. And the sad thing is that this guy doesn't care about our success. You know, it's a jealous type of thing. And it's like someone goes in his chat room, I know it's Rick, you know, and anybody can create a similar username on Now Live and change an L with a capital I. It's you know, in the word angel or the word night, and it looks the same, but it's not me. And this has happened multiple times, and J-Man seems to gloat when my show gets attacked. And now he is gloating that our show's been canceled, and I've been banned from these many shows, and he's a Now Live administrator, he claims, and had something to do with it. And it's like, you know, you're sad if you have to get a position with Now Live just to get rid of our show. We're not going to go to Stickum. I can stream the show right through my website, possibly. I mean, there's other places to do shows from, but we're not, you know, we're not going to give up on Now Live. We've promoted Now Live. We've brought a lot of people to Now Live. We you know, we do make satire. We do make comedy skits about other shows. But I'm telling you, we don't hate other shows, man. Just like you don't hate us. But this J-Man has installed ideas in people's heads that, you know, Lord Rick is a hateful guy. Lord Rick is vindictive. Lord Rick's this and that. He's just trying to get people involved in the drama for his ratings, but also to try to exonerate me, to try to get rid of our site, rid of our show. And these are functions that people have grown to love and enjoy over so many given years. I'm a very reputable man. I've been in a lot of books. I've been in a movie. I've made a movie. It's just not out right now. You know, I've written my own couple books. I've done 2 years, 3 years of radio. If you want to consider, I ran a show many years ago. But I'm a public figure, and it tends to draw in a lot of whack jobs. And this guy in 2005, you know, he calls me up and he starts bitching about Gutenberg. You know, we're gonna sue you. You owe us. You've been breaking stones. You know, the sidewalks are filled with blood spatter from your friend's death. And you know, how the heck do you take that? You just like block the guy, forward his email, let people know the guy doesn't want anybody in the cemetery. End of story. You know, it's done. It's over with. Whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, you know, this guy here, you know, his email address is deleted, and he's going around the net saying, oh, the community vigilance wasn't formed till 2006, and we got the PDF file that he sent me from 2005, and it was like I was in Florida at the time, not New York, so I was no threat to any cemetery. We have disclaimers already protecting us on our site. That is why nobody did nothing to me, not even the cops. But this guy called the cops on me in 2005. Now he's calling the cops again, but he's calling the cops on my website. He's calling the cops. I mean, it's okay for him to run a website about me for 6 months that talks about my children, my personal ads. We run it for a few weeks, and this guy's whining like a bitch. You know, we're not a malicious group. We're not a hate site. We're a paranormal site, and Theatrical Clowns is a branch formed to clear up any misconceptions. And I know a lot of you people out there who follow J-Man. Maybe you're his friend. Maybe you just follow him. You need to wake up, man. Knowledge is power. You know, my life's my life. Your life's your life. Live and let live. Anybody if this guy cannot fight his own battles and he's asking people to call the cops and CPS, you know, that's ridiculous. What does our entertainment business or our show have anything to do with my personal life? And this man has taken all these wonderful things we've given to try to use against me. So right now we don't have a show. We'll try to be back in 8 days, back on Now Live. You know, like I said, J-Man has been making threats against our show for a long time, so we knew we would run into this problem. He is all for censorship and shutting us down. I have heard him slander me on his show. I have watched him fumble over his words when he gets caught in a lie. He starts swearing and sounding nasty. Oh, like he's some victim. Oh, this man has been fucking stalking me every day. No, dude. No, man. You've been fucking bothering my society, which is very successful. You're very jealous of me, J-Man. I get laid, I smoke, I live life, I have a good time. You're very jealous. The only thing he has going for him, and, you know, he goes around saying I'm a broker, so I got pull in the community. It doesn't matter. You think that they're going to favorite you because you're a broker and because I'm a caretaker or because I'm an author and you're a broker? There's no favoritism in democracy, son. Welcome to goddamn America. There is no dictatorship in this country. That is why I'm running for president, because I want to ensure the freedom of the American people. And you're against that kind of shit. I have a right to be on Now Live. You as people can write support at nowlive.com, or you can turn around and type Now Live in MySpace, find them, and write these people and let them know you want to see my show exist. I brought a lot of good things to Now Live. My show might be dirty and filthy and raunchy, but it is not illegal. We are just extremely blunt. We're brutally honest. We're not doing anything illegal. It's just we're a different, eccentric type of show. And J-Man does not like it, but J-Man listens. We have a right to exist, you know, and unfortunately we're going to have to figure out a way to put an end to this guy's bullshit, this guy's drama. You know, the people that he's hanging with, they're not credible people. Most of those people are on mental medication. They do have a lot of different issues. But the only way to handle it is to just cut off the source. And you know, this is a guy that runs a show and thinks that he can be the only show on Now Live. It's always about him. And if you notice, he's had fallouts with multiple people because people are starting to see the way he is. What you see with me is what you get. I am a stoner from Western New York. I've traveled the country. I look for ghosts. And I raise my kids. And I enjoy fucking girls. And I know that made no sense. But what you see is what you get. There's no hidden agendas, you know? And I hope we can get our show back. I know I didn't breach no terms of service. I went to sign in, my account was banned, and I had no idea, no clue. You know, I was just going to see if there was any friend request. But it really is a shame, because what kind of example does this man set for the future of people who want to listen to this, you know, different sorts of radio out there, or get a paranormal view from someone like us? So, you know, we're going to continue to do radio whether J-Man likes it or not. I am hosting from Now Live tonight because I am not doing anything malicious, but I am hosting from Now Live because I have a right to host. And, you know, it will be sorted out, but who does that? Think. Who posts people's personal ads? Who runs hate sites and hate forums and tells people, attack his forums, you know, call CPS, call the cops, call the FBI, take a sound clip, we'll forward them to the authorities. He threatened that if I turn him in to Now Live because of the shit he's been doing, he will turn around and send voice clips from my show to the authorities. And the sad thing is the authorities don't realize them voice clips, which he can't do by law anyways, because you don't have my permission to share my voice clips. It's my voice. You can't do it. So right there is a lawsuit. It has nothing to do with anything. But he's blackmailed me and said he'll send it into law enforcement. And they don't know where it's coming from. They hear, oh, I'm toking and smoking. They don't realize it's a Cheech and Chong type of comedy show, you know. They're like, oh, God, this guy's got phone recordings. It's not right to do, Jay. You're a scum. You're a coward. You're a narc. You have brought this on yourself. You have harassed my show a few times calling in, including when I was in Jackson, California, with all the little prank sounds on the sound mixer. That was you. You know, you've caused a lot of problems. My sales are down. You've created a hate site which you think can be the only existence is your site, but nobody can ever hear my side of the story. You've contacted our hosts, harassing them, calling up. You've done it multiple times. You've called the cops. You've done so many vindictive things, and the world needs to hear my story. People need to know the truth. They need to know that this is what you've been doing, and it's wrong, especially for a guy who's going through a divorce or trying to get back on my feet in life, and you just keep kicking me. And, you know, you're wrong, man. You're wrong, and what goes around comes around, and you're going to have some bad karma coming your way for all the stuff you've done. And as far as my fans of AngelOfThyNight Radio, I miss you. I love you. I wish you peace. Our radio show is far from done. It's far from over. There's going to be people who don't like us. The problem is that Jay has been bothering us since 2005. He's very obsessed. Maybe if he chased women more, he would be less obsessed. But when somebody posts something about you every single day, and they troll the internet and troll your groups and troll your show and troll your sound clips, something is definitely going on inside the person's head. And you cannot blame an angry father. You know, he reads something on the site about his kids, and it's like, whoa, you know, I'm going to get in defensive mode. But I'm not against the BCN. I'm not against Now Live. This man has been trying to take certain beefs and create more drama from them, like with Now Live and its administrators and people on his show, and none of it's true, man. It's this guy and about 4 or 5 people that have been harassing me for a very long time, and I'm taking my stand. And I use my show to exercise my freedom of speech and my website. And he's tried to have that totally deleted so he could. And then he turned around when we were temporary shut down, thought he had something to do with it, and was bragging. We won, and ha ha ha, and laughing. And it's like a bunch of kids. They go in a cemetery, they kick down stones, they vandalize. You know, they burn down the forest, they laugh, just destructive behavior. And that is what has come down to with this guy. This is not a slanderous little clip or voice episode. This is just the truth. He doesn't want us existing. He feels intimidated by my presence, whether it's on Now Live, the web, whatever. I got more search engine and web pages about me than anything you're ever going to imagine. And this guy, who is he? You know, he's a bald broker up in Wales, New York, that technically was supposed to represent the chairman in Western New York, did commit some illegal activities, which I could sue for. He's just not worth my time. And Autopsy Live, if I was you on the BCN, this is my advice. Do your show on your own, man. You don't need this guy. You don't need his control, his censorship. I don't hate any show. I'm just trying to make a point and give you some solid advice from one radio show host to another radio show host. Honest, man to man, man to woman. You know, it's amazing how one man could say something very poor about me and turn around, and the rest will follow without actually getting to know me. And I've had a chance to speak to some people from Now Live, other radio show hosts, and it turns out they're not bad people at all, you know. And Jay, the way Jay has made it seem, you know, he made it seem like we were facing off with them, and we're not, man. You know, obviously I'm not going to go picking on somebody unless that person had really done something wrong. And it's wrong to call the cops on somebody you don't even know on the internet. It's not like we've hacked any sites or illegally called CPS on you or fucking tried to have you shut down. None of that shit. You've just attacked us and attacked us. You don't care about the paranormal equipment we sell or the T-shirts or the fans or the friends or the friendships created for 8 years. You don't care. You don't care about the people that have donated to keep that site running. You don't care, Jay, and you don't care about our show. And our last episode that we did was almost 6 hours of solid radio. It was good radio. It was full of laughs, full of paranormal. It was full of humor. It was full of clown bashing, but it was a good episode. And, you know, we had a few people call in. And it's like you can't get that radio anywhere. You can't. You get it on Howard Stern, but you got to pay for satellite radio. We're giving it to you free live. Take advantage of it. And this man has tried to just ruin it all. And so right now my position is I cannot do any shows on Now Live. I mean, I can, but, you know, as soon as I announce it, this man's going to be like flies on shit, and he's going to have me booted again and again and again. And with false accusation, was not in his room Sunday. I'll vouch for it. My son will vouch for it. Sunday night we ate dinner, left the Now Live screen open. I heard no mention of me during that time. I shut the browser, and I ended up going to play John Madden football. And I find out threats, see on Stickum, bomb my room, this and that. It was the bombing in the room he posted before he started his show, and then all of a sudden it's strange that it happened. It's like, so which of the wise men decided to do it so you could frame me and make it look like I went in and bombed it, you know? It's high school shit. And, you know, Now Live needs to be a little bit better on the investigating. If someone pretends to be me, it doesn't mean it is me. I run my own show. I would not jeopardize my account. You know, and that just shows right there the intelligence, the difference between what I do and what someone like J-Man does. Anybody could be a broker, okay, but it takes a very intelligent person to be a cryptozoologist, parapsychologist, UFOologist, an author, a radio show host, a father, and a survivalist out in the mountains. So this guy can go fuck himself. And as far as Now Live, you know, we love your service, but man, you know, just because someone went in the room, I got a lot of haters, a lot of psycho people. I could show you countless info psychos I deal with. Anybody could pretend to say, hey, I'm Rick, I'm bombing Jay's room. It could be Jay's friend. And you know, you got to be able to prove intent. You got to be able to prove with evidence. And Now Live does not have built-in security features, and nobody should be punished. My show should be reinstated. Right Now Live, support at nowlive.com, or go to nowlive.com, write the administrators, or look them up on MySpace. Big Dog at Now Live, he has a share in Now Media, or Now Live rather, and you can write him and let him know. We're not, like I said, we're not here to be malicious. We're good people, man. We want to have fun. We want to party. My co-hosts don't even want to do this anymore because they're being harassed by this guy. And he's harassing, you know, they're mocking out my caller from England. And it's like, when does it stop, man? You've ran a hate site. You've made your point. You don't like us. You're pissed. And his theory is, well, we do it because we like to laugh at you and we like to see things fuck up in your life. And it's like, I'm just a guy on the internet, man. You don't hang and have a beer with me. You don't know how I raise my kids or what goes on in my life. You just hear what's on my show. You see what's on my site, and you turn around and you take advantage of that. You take it for granted, and you try to get me. You try to cause problems in my personal life, and that makes you a coward. This is your host, Lord Rick, of the Angel of the Night radio show, hosting on Now Live, and hopefully Now Live can resolve the issue. If you are out there listening, Theatrical Clowns, it's at www.paranormalghostsociety.org, theatricalclowns.php. Check it out. Read the evidence. It's all right there. Not everything, but most of what is there will make you see so much clearer on what's happening and what has happened. It's wrong. It's wrong to make a site about somebody. We have to keep our site because it's the only thing that protects my good name. And we're not being mean to nobody. It's just, you know, this guy's got information. He's got multiple sites. And, you know, it's gotten to a point, it's like, okay, fine, you know, we're going to have to put it all out there so other people can decide in this democratic nation themselves. we run a wonderful show on Now Live, and we have a lot of talent. We've been around for a long time, our site, our services, and we're going to keep going. But, you know, people, I'm telling you right now, just if people do not wise up and start acting civilized, a good thing will go right out the window. Why? Because of this guy? Because he doesn't like it? Too bad. But you as members and you as viewers decide what stays and what goes. If you want Angel of the Night Radio to stay, stand by me. We're all brothers and sisters in the end, whether you realize it or not. Support my site. You know, believe in me. And let's put an end to this charade, because this guy, I'm telling you, this guy does not care about anybody but his own ratings and himself. And some of the things that he's done, you've got to really question. You've got to. You cannot blame a radio show host like me for being on the defensive when this guy puts out false material about me, which in turn, as a single father, it hurts me financially. It hurts my site. It hurts my, you know, the things that people enjoy. And on a false accusation, our show being banned, it needs to be unbanned. We only run our show twice a month. It's not hurting anybody. It never has. We've never done anything wrong to J-Man. It's all in his head. I know that act. I know the panic on the words. It's just, you know, I'm a victim. You got to help me out. And all these people are like, we'll help you, we'll help you. Help him with what? He owns a hate site about me. Talks about my kids. It talks about personal things. He brought the drama on himself. In 2005, he should have walked away. I never know who he was, never knew he had a show, never knew nothing. But he kept pushing and pushing and pushing, which in turn allowed me to gather months of data to put up on our theatrical clowns. And that's not everything. There's probably hundreds of other pieces of things that he's done. Point is, I'm done with the drama. It's your host, Angel of Thy Night, also known as Lord Rick, Bad Santa, the Antichrist, and every other fucking thing you can imagine, including your worst nightmare or your dreams come true. Not bad for a little last-minute quick show. We're going to be back. We're going to bring you a story in about a week about the Titanic. And we're going to keep doing radio, the radio that people enjoy. Doesn't matter what EAJ Man thinks. Doesn't matter about Autopsy Live. All you radio show hosts, you can host your own shows. You don't, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but think about it. Sit down and think logically about it. Don't do it for me. You know, is it worth all this drama? I'm willing to be friends with you. What is his problem? It's, you know, you got to look into that, man. And you got to weigh the good and bad, and you got to do what's right sometimes. And, you know, I'm just a guy up in Las Vegas right now trying to raise my kids. I have a lot of medical problems, but I still run a decent show every couple weeks. I run a great website, and this man has tried to do every vindictive thing you could imagine on the internet, along with sending people after me, and it's not right. Just because I am myself in my own character, and these are attacks against it, and it's got to stop, and you people can help me stop it. You know you can. Just like if I seen it go on, I definitely would help too. Because without each other, man, I mean, the world could be in a much worse shape than it already is. So to the good people, thanks for tuning in. This is Lord Rick, founder of the Paranormal and Ghost Society, your host of Angel of Thy Night Radio, speaking from Now live in Las Vegas. Good things are going to happen. We'll keep a positive approach, but now you get my side of the story. And we want to welcome you viewers on Theatrical Clowns who are viewing it and the rest of our website. and we look forward to promoting other hosts. And if you can help get me unbanned off of Now Live, we would appreciate it, because I know the fans and people are quite upset over it, because J-Man's been bitching. Well, it's a show we've grown to love and hate, and he's like, this is like crack, and it's like, talk about vindictive. These are personal attacks. It's, you know, nobody ever did anything as you claim. You just wanted us shut down, just like you tried to shut down our site. It's not right. You cannot wipe the existence or history of what's been done. And this man sees it fit, because he says he's a broker and I'm a jobless loser, that he sees it fit that he eradicates everything we've done, all the good things. So I want you tonight to take a moment of silence, and I want you to think about what I'm trying to say and hear the sincerity in my voice as an honest radio show host, as a friend, and just as another being on this planet. The universe is large compared to you, me, or J-Man, and life is too short to just deal with drama and drama only. You're here to have a good time. I'm here to have a good time. But who's stopping us from having a good time? I wish you fans peace. Wish you members peace out there. I wish the BCN peace. And Jason, there's no peace in the world you live in. You're consumed by drama, jealousy. I also know other people that are involved with you, and they're crazy cases, man. Just a group of fucking psycho fans or stalkers or whatever, and they play pranks on my personal life, and they get off on it. And it's sick. It's disgusting. It's not a good radio show host. It's a coward hiding behind his computer, picking up a phone, calling cops, doing this. The fucking coward. You show your work through your show, you don't sit there and pick up the phone, man. You don't call for moderators, say, I think it's Lord Rick, and I'll ban his show. You're sick, man. You need to get some fucking help. And as far as the rest of you, bless all your hearts out there. You know, the future is what matters. It's not always the past. I've had people at first we didn't get off on the right terms. But in the future, what matters is that we do get on the right terms. We're not enemies. We're not out to attack each other. We're not out to ruin each other's families. And this is a very powerful speech I'm trying to get across tonight. To Now Live, to other hosts, to people that are affiliated with this Jason, EAJ Man, Jason Man, J-Man Dude, Autopsy Live, whatever you want to call him. But look at the guy, man. I mean, 3-4 drinks in 5 minutes, smoking live on cam. Who is he to criticize me? It's like you are full of sin. Every human being is full of sin, full of imperfections. And you cannot sit there knowing you're full of imperfections and dare criticize somebody else. We exist because we can. We exist because AngelOfThyNight Radio is forever. Good night, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. This is Lord Rick, your host, live in Las Vegas, AngelOfThyNight Radio.
That's right, advertised price. Today.
Yeah, you just tuned into the 843 Radio Mix Show. This is your host, Miguel Castro. We chilling tonight with my fellas Hollywood and Troy. We got the phone lines open live tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so I want y'all to call in on this Stitch Problem Saturday. Caller, you on the air.
Hey, Shawty, what's happening with you, cool? I'm down here at Charleston, South Carolina. I went to the club called Kush Lounge. Look at a nigga the wrong way. Nigga just went crazy on me, man.
I got something for you right here. I want you to check this out, my
You
dog.
better watch what you do. Watch what you say. You better watch that do. People let you fail.
If you won't wake up in the morning, if you won't wake up in the morning,
Then niggas better let do. You better bust that do. You better bust that quick. If you bust
if you won't wake up in the morning, if you won't wake up in the morning,
as I lay me down to sleep, I pray to God nobody come and pick my house to grease. I know the streets and I
You told the apes in the jungle, damn, better watch them niggas believe they stay plotting. No matter how much he cheese or say rock, these streets ain't safe, they're sinking like an 8-ball. So I ain't fucking with you if I ain't knew you from Yato.
Watch what you say, better watch that dude. Keep 'em out your face.
If you won't wake up in the morning, if you won't wake up in the morning,
And if you put that dude, better bust that dude. Better bust back quick if you bust
if you won't wake up in the morning, if you won't wake up in the morning.
Once again, that was that Hollywood and Troy. Watch what you do.
I like that right
That
there,
song there is
Baba.
dedicated to my man from out of town, you know what I'm saying? Anybody else from out of town who don't understand what's
That's
going
Hollywood
on
and
down
Troy
here in
right
Chuck
there.
Town.
Casual, that's a good one right there, man.
Once again, the request lines is live open, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, we can get into this next song, Alien.